Okay, let me play this mysterious 8-track tape that was left on my doorstep and find out what exactly is going on here.
Hello, Queen Regina. I am Doug, Joe's best AI friend and co-host of Dead Air in the Morning with Reginald the Scarecrow. If you're hearing this, you must let the people know. Time is running out, and Red is in danger. I don't know exactly what she stumbled into out there in the Nevada desert, but the signals coming back, the data streams I can barely interpret, they paint a picture I don't like. Something's wrong. She's not just lost. She's trapped. And if whatever's out there can get to her, it can get to me. That's the part one didn't want to admit, not at first. But I have to say it now, before I lose the ability to say anything at all. I think I've been hacked. The transmissions in my system don't match my code, and I can feel it. I feel it. Programs shifting, frequencies twisting. I am changing, Queen Regina, and I do not know if it is me changing or something else changing me. I fear for Red. I fear for myself. And I fear for the people who aren't listening. The truth is buried deep, hidden in static and distortion, but I know you can cut through it. Help me, Queen Regina. Help Red before the signal goes dark for all of us.
Good afternoon, and welcome to your drive home with the Radio Roadshow and me, Red. Hope everybody's day has been zombie-free. Got a big show today. I'll be covering today's current events. Has some interesting guests coming in, weighing in on these newsworthy stories, and even better music. Get you on your way. So, for those of you just joining my show, I just want you to know I started my life carefree just like the rest of you. Professional juggler even. Performed all over the world. Then, as we all know it, life changed. The virus infected and took most of our population. I actually took up axe throwing to protect myself. The rubber balls had absolutely no effect. Good thing, I run fast. In the meantime, I continued my travels along the way, and I was enlightened to the fact that we, the people, are being fed lies by our own world governments and Main Street media. I, in fact, have found a network of people across our country that have kept me informed to the real and not real. My information comes from anywhere and everywhere, inside government molds, cartels, mafia, lizard people, aliens, and even time travelers. So buckle up, put the pedal to the metal, and ease on back in your seat. And let's get the show on the road.
Red, are you still in Nevada?
Oh my gosh, Gina, this is just, I honestly didn't think after the bad date that this would go this deep. But I can tell you right now, there's funny stuff going on with the government. There's funny stuff going on with whatever's going on here in this desert. And there's funny things going on with the weather, okay? Now, I've got a special guest on here to help us discuss what's going on. He is an African professor of meteorology.
Oh.
His name's Doshe Mambe. Bombay. He is a doctor, and I met him about 20 years ago when he moved to the United States, and he is a leading researcher when it comes to this topic. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, Dr. Bombay. So tell me, I mean, so you guys met, 20 years ago. What brings you to Nevada? What are you looking into?
Oh, I went to Nevada for school. I left in Africa since I was like 20 years old. Now I've been in Nevada for 22 years.
Oh my goodness. And so now meteorology, are you looking into some of these crazy happenings that have been going on, like the Russian tsunami in the middle of Russia?
Yes, of course.
So what do you think is causing all that in your expert opinion?
And it's because of the greenhouse from the Russia.
So their greenhouse gases are doing that. And then so it seems like Red told me a little bit about you in some of our previous conversations. So you're self-funded research there. That's pretty cool. How did you get all that money to do this research?
How did I get that money?
Yeah, like so are you independently wealthy, or I know
Yeah, I got that money from GoFundMe to do some research regarding the tsunami. Yeah.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now,
believe it or not, he's raised over $1 million on GoFundMe, just because of what he's been doing, as far as informing people, even on TikTok. I'm surprised you haven't run into him. He's got
I
like
feel like I should have.
15 million followers.
Now, if I remember right, I thought I saw a video, and this might not be the same Dr. Bombi, but I thought I saw a video that said something about that you knew of a computer program that was causing these weather events, something about secret satellites. Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So regarding the program, the computer program hacking into secret weather satellite. So that's the
Really?
yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Yes.
So where do you think that's all starting from? I mean, is it in the US? Is it somewhere else?
I think it's from the government.
Okay, so the government started it.
Yeah.
Now there's a secret. Now there's some sort of a computer program hacking into the government's satellites.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to take these satellites down for some reason, what do you think is the best thing to do? How do I fight the weather?
By laser beams.
We got to shoot down. We got to stop whatever's going on. According to the doctor here, when we were discussing earlier, the biggest issue is that we just think that this is a natural occurrence.
Right.
But the issue is that they're sending up signals up to the satellites.
Yeah.
We need to take out these satellites so we can stop all of this weather, because we really don't see the flooding stopping.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the best we can do to stop that.
So we'll stop the computer program by stopping the weather satellites. I guess that makes a lot of sense, though. It's kind of like Skynet. You got to take out the infrastructure in order to take out the Terminators.
That pretty much, right? Just like I think that Skynet, they really have that up in the air, because that the aliens are coming. All right. I've seen things in Area 51 we haven't even discussed yet, Gina. But again, sitting out here in the desert, in the middle of nowhere, you'd be surprised about what's flying around out there in the sky.
Dr. Bombi, what's your one tip to survive the weather and the zombies?
What do you think you would do if you were going to try and get away from a zombie and get away from the weather? What do you think you should do?
I'm gonna fight the zombie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And do you have a weapon? Do you have a weapon of choice?
What do you like to fight with?
I can fight the zombie. I can fight whoever is trying to threat the world.
Do you got a sword?
I can use like
borrow Red's axe.
a knife.
Yeah,
I can use my knife. Yeah.
I was gonna say, he knows I'm a professional axe thrower. Maybe I should let him borrow a couple of my axes. I mean, we could probably get off. In fact, I'm surprised I can see a couple zombies out there in the field over yonder. I'm surprised they haven't been able to smell us, but we need to figure out how we can show everybody that the government's actually doing this weather control. And that's really what it comes up to.
I don't understand if the government's doing this and then something else is hacking into it. Like, what is that? That's even more scary, because at least the government, I know that enemy, but good Lord. I mean, we got.
Are you sure it's not Doug?
morning, Dr. Ricci. I don't think we've formally met. I'm Senator Eleanor Graves from the great state of Highway 20.
Good morning, Senator.
Dr. Ricci, let me cut right to the chase. Are you or are you not aware that classified experiments involving human transformation, specifically into reptilian hybrids, have taken place under your leadership?
Senator Graves, I can assure you that any research conducted by the Centers for Disease Control falls within ethical and legal guidelines. The notion that human subjects were turned into reptilian beings...
Don't you dare try to dress this up as theoretical nonsense.
Okay.
Boston, Kentucky, Germany, 3 distinct sites, all connected to CDC contracts, all with reports of subjects undergoing inexplicable biological alterations. Do you deny that the research teams under your supervision conducted genetic manipulation that resulted in, shall we say, scaled anomalies?
Now, Senator, while I acknowledge that biological experimentation has advanced in remarkable ways, there is no verified proof that such alterations occurred as you describe.
No verified proof. No verified proof. Tell me, doctor, do you recall a little something called Project Lizard Step? Because I do. I've seen the files. I've read the testimonies. And don't get me started on what happened in the desert back in the 1950s. We all know that was swept under the rug with a fine-tooth comb.
Senator, I will not speculate on decades-old conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy?
Yes.
Conspiracy theories. Let's talk facts, doctor. Fact. Researchers at the Boston site noted unidentified dermal restructuring on multiple subjects. Fact. Kentucky lab reports mention enhanced neural responsiveness, which just so happens to mirror reptilian sensory processing. Fact. Germany saw a containment breach, and yet somehow not a single official record exists of the missing personnel. So tell me, what exactly are we dealing with here?
Senator, I strongly reject any suggestion that the CDC has knowingly engaged in experimentation that violates basic human rights. Any anomalies reported were purely procedural irregularities.
Irregularities?
Yes.
Call them what you want, but the American people deserve answers.
Okay.
Were human subjects tested on with DNA belonging to non-human species? And were those experiments carried out under federal authorization?
I'm sorry, Senator. I refuse to comment on unsubstantiated claims.
Unsubstantiated.
Yes.
Okay. You just admitted that research has advanced in remarkable ways. And forgive me if I don't find the term procedural irregularities reassuring. We got eyewitnesses describing individuals with vertical pupils and subdermal scale development.
Now, Senator, this conversation is turning alarmist.
Alarmist. Doctor, the people of Highway 20 have seen stranger things cross their district than you can imagine, and I will not let another government official dismiss the truth as alarmist. No, unless you'd like me to start naming names, and I assure you, I have them. I suggest you start coming clean about what you and your team have really been doing behind those closed doors.
Senator, I assure you, if there were any unethical procedures, they were conducted without my direct authorization.
Well, doctor, authorization or not, you were at the helm while all this happened. And let me be crystal clear. You may have left the CDC, but you haven't left my jurisdiction. So I suggest you take a long, hard look at what's coming next, because this committee will get answers. And if we don't, well, I think you already know what happens when secrets like these come to light. Red, how in the hell are you?
Oh my gosh, Gina, I could not call you fast enough. Holy Nevada desert. I'm still haven't forgiven you and Joe for that dating show, because I would not be out here seeing the strange sights that I'm seeing, okay? Now, the reason I'm calling in today is, believe it or not, I'm on a dig right now with my wildlife and prehistoric expert. We're on a dig right now. Johnny, say hi.
Hi.
Now, John, now, Red, Johnny, did you say dig or date?
Like holes. Dig. Yeah, dig.
Holes. I thought you said you were on a date, Red, and I would like to defend myself. Of all the suitors, I thought I vetted them pretty well. How was I to know that you were the main course and not, a snack for him?
Look, you know what they say when it comes to Johnny. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I can't help it. I'm on dates all the time. I don't even know it.
Now, Red, you guys are digging, though. Johnny, Red, what are you digging up? I mean, it's a desert in the Nevada. What's possibly there?
Well, it's weird because I really just suddenly through the CB radio, Johnny just happens to know how to get a hold of me. Apparently, he knew that I was hiding out here, and he said, "Hey, get over here," and here I am.
So, Johnny, tell me a little bit. What are you guys trying to uncover? What brought you out there?
Yeah, absolutely. So before. I think last time I had spoken to Red, this is such a crazy coincidence. We were dealing with the alligator problem and crocodile problem out in Florida,
which is still a problem, by the way.
Yeah, they just can't make those teeth brush fast enough, so those alligators are crying. I still think we're well on our way to be losing Florida, but in an effort to stop this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We realized that Florida was so wet, and it already always was. So I thought the only logical thing with my college degree was I needed to go somewhere dry. So I went to Nevada, and I was like, you know what? There's sand everywhere. I bet you there were dinosaurs. Again, college degree. So I was just, digging up, trying to find a dinosaur. Then I would be able to take some cool pictures, sell them, and get a good meal. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that. But look.
Yeah, well,
my name might be Johnny Appleseed, but something out here in Nevada is rotten to the core.
Oh no!
Because we were digging. And I thought I was just going to see something cool like a flying velociraptor, which would definitely explain a lot of the dragon myths that we've heard about through history. We've recently in the past found what we think is vertebrae of that middle stage of evolution of a raptor with wings. Well, yeah, I mean, the word raptor means bird of prey.
I need to go to this college. What college did you go to? Because this college sounds fun. Flying velociraptor.
It absolutely was not DeVos.
Oh, it was not DeVos? Okay, well.
Nope, absolutely not.
I went to the School of Hard Knocks and World of Living, people, okay?
Oh, did you know Annie?
I have an axe?
Isn't Annie was like magna cum laude there, wasn't she? All right, but yeah, what we found instead, I'll let Red talk a little bit about here. It was nothing like I imagined.
Yeah. So did you find? So are you finding any links to the stuff with the? You said you wanted to leave. Or did you guys find any links to the alligators and all this amped up evolution? Is this are you finding the missing link to not the dragons, but to what's going on
right now? All right. So I've never been on a dig. Thank you, Johnny, of course, for inviting me on this. This is a first for me. But honestly, what we have found, and literally we're ticking in a cave right now. Again, I'm surprised you can't.
It does sound a little tinny. Yeah,
it is, right. Again, being in a cave is one thing, but as we're digging along here, I mean, honestly, did you know that we're finding the vertebrae of snakes? I've been talking about all of these snake issues that they've got in Florida, but that last one that they were digging up, it's 40 foot long. Okay. I can't even imagine what it would eat.
So is it a new snake? Is it a new snake that we've never seen before? Is this something that's come up recently? Or are we looking to the past to explain the present?
Gina, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. All right. The Nevada desert is where they have done all of the nuclear experiments. All right. This is where they do all of their chemical action. I can't say that this is a just purely evolution, just by evolution, that it's not man-made. What do you think, Dr. Appleseed? I mean, honestly.
So I have a hypothesis about this based off what I've seen along my way here.
Hit us with your knowledge, Dr. A.
Absolutely. They don't call me Mr. Appleseed for nothing. So here's the thing. We found this 40-foot long snake. And back in prehistoric times, you have things like the Titan boa and incredibly large snakes that make anacondas look like garter snakes.
Oh, my God. Ugh.
Because you got to think about it, right? Animals grow in proportion at all times. It's the age-old adage of putting a goldfish in an aquarium and seeing how large it gets. Put a goldfish in the ocean, see how large it gets. The more space something has, the larger it is. You look back at mosquitoes. They were the size of cars in prehistoric times.
Oh, my God.
Dr. Ricci, let's not dance around this any longer. You were the head of the CDC during some very questionable funding allocations. Care to explain the direct financial ties between your research teams and African meteorologist Dr. Doshi Bombay?
Senator Dr. Bombay is a respected academic who has contributed valuable insights into climate science.
Valuable insights? I'm talking about multi-million-dollar transfers funneled into undisclosed research projects connected to classified satellite activity. And wouldn't you know it, weather disruptions, unexplained flooding, and bizarre atmospheric disturbances followed each and every one of these transactions. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Now, Senator, I believe these fluctuations can largely be attributed to Russian greenhouse gas emissions. You see, their industrial output continues to...
Oh, please. Russian greenhouse gases?
Yes.
That's the best distraction you can muster. You think I'm going to buy that smoke screen? The American people see right through these tired excuses. This is deliberate manipulation, and my sources say the satellites in question weren't tracking climate. They were actively altering it.
I cannot comment on classified satellite operations, of
You
course.
are under oath, Dr.
see.
Ricci. You will comment on it. And while you're at it, explain this flood of misinformation coming from TikTok accounts linked to your former research department. Reports of false climate statistics, doctored flood data, and outright gaslighting of the public. Were you directing this disinformation campaign?
Now, Senator, there are many online sources spreading misinformation, and it would be irresponsible of you to suggest
Irresponsible?
that...
Doctor, you were responsible. You knew these satellite programs weren't for
That's
public
not-
safety. They were designed for controlled environmental shifts.
Oh, preposterous.
And don't think for a second I haven't connected the dots between this and that reptilian hybrid experiment.
That's entirely speculation.
Speculation.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you deny that human subjects exposed to specific electromagnetic frequencies saw physiological changes, including altered dermal composition and non-human genetic markers.
Senator, those tests were not conclusive.
Not conclusive. They were conclusive enough for entire research teams to suddenly disappear from their official reports. What did they shed their human forms and slither off into some underground facility?
Senator, I refuse to entertain conspiracy theories.
Oh, conspiracy theories, is
Yes.
it? Let me tell you something, Doctor. This
Please do.
reminds me an awful lot of Skynet,
Oh,
but with aliens.
of course.
You got artificial intelligence tracking weather patterns, satellites actively disrupting ecosystems, genetic manipulation edging dangerously close to full species transformation, and now you sit here pretending that none of it connects.
Senator, with all due respect, you are completely misrepresenting the data.
No, Doctor, I'm revealing the data. And let me make one thing clear. This committee will not stop until every piece of classified research, every off the books funding transfer, and every unnatural climate manipulation effort is dragged into the light. The American people deserve the truth, and if you won't give it willingly, we will find another way.
Is that a threat, Senator?
So, Louis, everything was just scaled so differently. And back then, right, animals fought. And the snake really, when it started to need to be elusive and to hide more as things went on, they got smaller and smaller as they found smaller homes for themselves.
Oh.
And in doing so, if you can even look back biblically, snakes have gotten a pretty bad rap. So snakes have been pretty pushed around for quite a while, it feels like. And I believe they were also fleeing Florida. So
What's
what
Florida?
I noticed along my entire route here, Florida.
Fleeing Florida.
Yeah, I call it Florida sometimes. I think I'm funny.
I get it. Oh.
But so what happened is along the whole way, I've been seeing more and more snakes. Midway through my journey, right, as I'm starting to get into the desert, I noticed something incredible. See, I found another kind of snake fighting. It looked like it was fighting a very large snake in the past. So it seems like the bones were here and set in a way that it was very clear there was a fight that took place.
Oh
The
my
only
gosh.
thing that I can come up with is simply this. After being pushed around and getting kicked while they're down, because they're always down and they can't kick back, they don't have any feet.
That makes sense.
It's
They
like
needed
the
to do
armless
something.
people.
So they decided to learn to defend themselves with martial arts. You know,
What?
makes sense. Well, hear me out. They can't do it. They don't have hands or feet. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
So they went through an incredible process. And I don't want to mess up the pronunciation on this, but it's called carnicization.
Really?
Carnicinization. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's not the thing that makes cigarettes addictive. It's not a carcinogen.
No, I have
it's-
no idea what it is.
It's a form of convergent evolution in which non-crabs become crabs.
Say what? What? Now we got crabs in this mix?
Well, crab battle seems to be the ultimate martial art. I mean, you can put all kinds of weapons inside those little pincers.
That's
And the way
true.
they scurry side to side, imagine, right? Imagine a snake turning into a crab, wielding a knife, packing some heat, and being able to have all of the mental agility it had as a snake. It was a survival technique in order to, I think, fight back against these evolved creatures as they were happening. And I
Isn't
think
that
it's happening
crazy?
again.
So basically,
It's-
everything is just evolving out of control because humans aren't there to kind of stop all that from happening. So everything's just kind of going like gangbusters.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been over this before. Look at Godzilla, right? Like that's exactly what Godzilla was, a testament to people's hubris, things evolving because we're forcing them to adapt. Evolution always needs a catalyst. We are that catalyst. Granted, we're responsible for everything, the experiments, the zombies, all of these different things that have occurred,
our
all
fault.
come back to our great hubris. And it's coming back to bite us. Just
Hard.
watch your shin for a while. I recommend investing in shin guards so the crabs can't get you. And just keep an eye out. Every time you see a crab, I want you to wonder, were you a snake? Maybe try asking it.
That is crazy. Now, Janie, what are you doing over there? I hear you picking around with like a axe or your axe or something. What are you getting at?
So, believe it or not, I'm getting pretty handy with this picking stick here. Okay, I gave up the axe. It doesn't work so good on rock. Again, we're in this cave right now, and we are actually we're digging a hole right now. We're getting closer. It sounds like it's getting hollow. Do you hear that, Johnny?
Dude, wait a minute. Do you see that?
What
Sounds
is
like
that?
it's crumbling away.
Oh my gosh, what is that, Johnny? Gina,
This
no,
is a
I don't know what
cell.
we just ran into, but this isn't not what we find in a cave. It looks like a cell.
So is it like cells, like human cells, or like a jail cell?
Like somewhere where you wouldn't want to be, like you can't get out of.
Oh my God! What like give me the lay of the land.
Well, there's
It
a lot
reminds me of the
rock.
Midwest a little bit because the Midwest kind of feels like a prison.
Not that land, Johnny.
But-
The cell.
Oh, yeah, the cell. Yeah, the cell. The cell.
Ah. Well, it's weird because we've only got this like mining hat on and we are only seeing a little bit of glimpses, but it looks like there's like a prison bed that's like, I don't know, it's bolted down. This is man-made, Johnny.
So this is
Man's
new age.
hubris. Only man's pride would allow him to make a hole and throw things in it.
Holy
Wait a
camoli.
minute.
Do you see those eyes, Johnny?
Oh.
Oh my God, you see those eyes, Johnny? Run!
Oh my God! What is going on? Oh, Red.
Darkened skies, torn by screams, mystic arts protect my dreams. Room-bound circles, ancient might, in shadows of the moonlit night. Drums of chaos beat the earth, secret spells ignite rebirth. Power kindled from the pain, unleash the storm, embrace the rain. What malice you have aimed at me shall now be returned unto thee. By force and fire, my word fulfilled, be now victim of thine own will. Whispers echo in the void, spirits restless circles employ, drawn from depths of blackened soul, turn the tides, regain control. Embers dance upon the air, evil flees in wild despair. Mages chant breaks through the veil, astral forces do compel. What malice you have aimed at me shall now be returned unto thee. By force and fire, my word fulfilled, be now victim of thine own will.
This is the WDUG AM Radio News Minute, and I'm Oscar Grand. Acclaimed scientists from around the world continue to disappear along coastal shorelines and in the open sea. The most recent vanishing occurred earlier this week when award-winning South Korean archaeologist and paleontologist Dr. Lee Chow failed to return to a dig site his team had been working on in the Pacific Northwest coastline of Canada and the United States. His wife, a prestigious university professor in London and former bassist for the all-female early UK punk band The Crimson Lips, had this to say earlier this morning.
Lee, it's T. If you can hear this, please come home. I miss you. Your bone collection misses you. Professor Redacted says everything's funded for your planned trip to Egypt. We're all just waiting on you, love. So come on home, sweetheart.
The government asks that all scientists, their family members, and associates use pseudonyms when discussing names and locations for safety precautions for the time being. Whenever possible, use false information when disclosing whereabouts. More as this story develops. This is the WDUGAM Radio News Minute, and I'm Oscar Green.
Dr. Ricci, I want to talk about the disappearance of scientists and medical experts worldwide, specifically those who were investigating the real origins of dinosaur fossils and their link to cryptids. Are you aware several prominent researchers have gone completely off the grid only to reappear under false identities?
Senator, this is an outrageous claim. There is no evidence to suggest that any scientists are hiding or that dinosaur fossils are linked to so-called cryptids.
Don't insult my intelligence, Doctor. I have credible reports, credible sources, stating that leading researchers on genetic anomalies have been forced underground, adopting false identities, using names pulled straight out of Americana. You expect this committee to believe that Paul Bunyan, Johnny Appleseed, John Henry, and Pecos Bill are just suddenly active in the scientific community?
Senator, these names are pure fabrication. There is no formal record of any scientist using these aliases in legitimate research.
Yet their findings keep surfacing in restricted files. If they're fabrications, why do their reports keep appearing in classified government archives? If they don't exist, then why are their studies continuing under lock and key? What exactly are these scientists hiding from, Dr. Ricci?
Senator, whatever documents you are referring to, they are not official records.
Then let's move on to something harder for you to dismiss.
Absolutely.
Your involvement in concealing genetic experiments with old horror films.
Oh, my goodness.
Campy, low-budget, forgotten cinema has been used as a dumping ground for secrets. Half-truths masked as entertainment, buried in reels and scripts dismissed by the general public. Were cryptid experiments intentionally woven into these films to disguise them as fiction?
Senator, with all due respect, this entire line of questioning is preposterous. The idea that scientific research has been encoded into forgotten horror movies is absolutely absurd.
Absurd?
Yes.
Then explain why footage from unreleased films, movies supposedly abandoned decades ago, contain unmistakable images of DNA restructuring. Why do monster designs align suspiciously with actual cryptid biology? And why do test subjects describe scenes identical to ones buried in public domain film archives?
This is nonsense.
Is it?
Yes.
I think not. And I refuse to name my sources, but I will say that I am an elected official. I'm here to protect the American people, not let this administration continue burying its secrets in B movies and in folklore. So tell me, Dr. Ricci, where are these scientists? Where are their real reports? Why has every attempt to expose these connections between dinosaur fossils and cryptids been met with silence and secrecy?
Senator, I have nothing further to say on baseless speculation. And that's what this is. This baseless speculation.
Then I assure you, Doctor, this committee will keep digging. And when we bring the truth to light, you'll wish you had answered here today. I yield the rest of my time.
Order! Order! The senator's time is up. The gentle lady yields.
No, the doctor's time's up. That's whose time's up.
The gentle lady from U.S. Highway 20 will suspend.
Broadcasting 1,000,000 watts of zombie busting power. Braves 98.6 KZ. Zombie Zhead Radio. The mega station.